Big opening statement, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, no, extremely proud of, one, the response coming out of that Pitt State game a couple weeks by. Absolutely love this group. Love this group for a lot of reasons, but their response coming out of it and going to work. And it's a testament to our leadership. Got 5 great captains, 18 guys in a leadership group that led our way through that and took that one step. You know, we talk about reach higher, we talk about growth, talk about get better mindset. When you see that home of champions, and for 3 weeks we did that. And you know, coming out of that Pitt State game, we talked about we have not, for 2 weeks, we didn't run the ball. We didn't run the ball. And we ran the ball in 2 games for 135 yards, and that is not who we are. That's not who we're going to be. Tonight it was, 254, right? 254, that's the standard. That's the standard. We gave up 10 quarterback hits in the previous 2 games, and I think we gave up a sack. There was a couple hits here and there off some RPO, but did a much better job protecting the quarterback. And then defensively, limit the explosives. Pitt State, a couple teams have gotten some chop routes, some big box inside slot fades on us. They didn't complete one of those. Went to work on that. Credit Coach Postma. And our defensive backs were buying into that. And then we had the offsides penalties going on movement, and we didn't have an offsides. And then what that lead to? Second half shutout. Tip of the hat to Davenport. They had some stuff dialed up for us in the first drive. Got us in there, got in the end zone, and then defensively we played dominant football, gave up the one explosive pass. Offensively, like I said, tremendous balance, tremendous run pass, especially early on. When we were ahead of the sticks, we were rolling, and now we know exactly who we can be and our identity, and look to continue to get better. And then special teams, Cal, big spark right there in the second half, kind of gets discombobulated and just makes a huge play. Huge play, and then Trace Hergich in the punt game. We got the penalty, and he still flips the field, and credit the coverage there. So, Coach Lewis, our defensive staff, just awesome job in those bye weeks and a great week of prep, making the corrections we had to make, and Coach Shue and our offensive staff same way, and Coach Studdard, special teams. So, extremely proud of our response coming out of that Pitt State those bye weeks, and excited about who we're becoming and what we put out there. Now we just got to finish. We had some opportunities to put them away, and we got to do that now.
Coach, can you kind of explain what you guys did in the past 2 weeks and how difficult that was, having 2 bye weeks in a row?
Well, and I thought, talked to the team over and over, I thought that was going to be really difficult. And, it was a major frustration to myself that I couldn't go get that game to let these guys play the game they love one more time, right? One more guaranteed opportunity. But we got the JV game, which was phenomenal, great experience for so many people. But I'll just say this, again, the leadership, it's difficult, all that, but it turned out to be such a blessing. And, we talk about opportunity is either nowhere or now here, and we made it now here, and it's a big part to these guys in our leadership, the way we came and punched in every single day and went to work. And, some of us iron sharpens iron, our great on great, offense, defense. Some of it was some future advanced scouting and some scout teamwork. Some of it was that JV game prep. And it was an amazing 2 weeks. It was therapeutic in a lot of ways. Like Christina, my wife, even said I come home a different person after those 2 weeks. It was fun. It was fun coaching football and coaching guys that wanted to take coaching and wanted to get better, and it was awesome.
Can you explain sort of the rationale with using 3 quarterbacks? I mean, this is Zach's first game, and it's a conference game. This isn't just a blowout, but this is can you explain how you're going to be using the 3 guys?
Yeah, I think it's I talked about it early in the spring. Like we've got 3 essentially all conference guys at quarterback. They're that kind of talent. They're that kind of coachable. They're that kind of skill. And we can't have them standing on the sideline next to me, right? They got to go play. And their skill sets just complement each other so well. Today it was a little bit more running. A couple weeks ago against Black Hills State, it was throwing with Schuster, right? And it's just going to be a nightmare to prepare for us based on, all right, we're going to run some zone read and get the ball out on the edge with guys. We're going to be able to run RPO. We're going to be able to run play action pass. We're going to be able to run some downhill gap scheme with a bunch of different guys. And we can pack it in and bring in bodies and get heavy and move the ball, and we can spread it out and kind of spread and shred it. So that's the idea, is to be an absolute problem for defense coordinators and defenses moving forward, right? An absolute menace. And I think the way they synergize together and the way they complement one another and the love they have for each other in that room, right? The joy for each other's success, right? It's going to be really fun moving forward.
And then for me, he kind of mentioned it. You guys obviously had 3 quarterbacks. But not only that, you subbed in a lot of running backs. You had a few linemen that played more than 5. Then defensively, you rotated as well.
Everybody.
How does that kind of help the team in its progression throughout the season?
Everybody eats, right? Everybody eats. And, if you're playing at a championship level and you're to the standard, our championship pride, right, you're going to have opportunities. And I think creating roles for guys. We got this bull package, right, that Pascal Jolman and Brady and Drake Deshetsky. And because of that, I think they've flourished in other ways. You take the defensive side of the football, you can't wear us down, right? Playing 8, 9, 10 defensive linemen, playing 6, 7 LBs, right? And, it's tough to wear us down. And everyone has that role. We get in some sub-package Delta. Guys have kind of a specialized role, and, some things pop off the tape. Well, maybe he needs to be playing more on first and second down. So it's just our mentality, right? We all we got, right? Ubuntu, I am because of you, you are because of me, and we are because of us. So if you're playing at a championship level, let's ball.
And then defensively, you held both quarterbacks to 4 of 18 passing, 109 yards, and then specifically Davenport played more of the second half. He only had 4 yards passing. So what did you guys do defensively to really step up there?
I'll pop it over to Cardi here.
Yeah, no, I'd say our DBs have really went to work the past 2 weeks, and our D-line's getting pressure, and we got a great game plan called. So just execution and flying to the ball, swarming around, and yeah, good things happen.
Then my last question is going to be for you, Brady. What allowed you to have so much success today, averaging almost 9 yards per carry, along with multiple TD runs?
Yeah, I think when you got a guy like number 2 at quarterback, he opens up a lot of things, not only for the receivers, but for me and for Zach. And credit to the guys up front. Our motto this week was run the damn ball, and I think we came out and ran the ball very well. And, we went to work these past 2 weeks. We expect greatness every time we step out on the field, and, that's what we did today. I thought we were great out there, running the ball today.
Thank you.
Brady, did you feel more like a quarterback or running back today?
I'd still say quarterback. Being back to managing the offense, snap by snap, and controlling everything at the line of scrimmage and everything like that. Still consider myself a quarterback. It was fun to get out there and run the ball today. Had a few passing opportunities. One didn't go my way. But definitely quarterback.
Brady, talk about 7 for 12 on third downs. First down was a big down. We were getting 7, 8 yards on first down, which really helped the offense convert those third downs.
Yeah, I think these first couple weeks, I thought we found ourselves in a lot of second and longs, third and longs even. So when you get ahead of the sticks like that, it opens up a lot of things. And that's a credit to number 2 again. He goes out there and does a lot of great things. That's credit to our running backs and our offensive line. They go out and do a lot of great things. And when you're able to run the ball for 9 yards a carry, something like that, that's credit to the offensive line and allows us to pick up a lot of third down conversions.
Anthony, what did you think about Kellen Reed's return, where he almost went to the house and his last line of defense was the kicker?
Yeah.
And he was the punter and he laid him out?
Yeah.
What did you guys think?
Oh, yeah, I mean, as defense guys, just watching that, that fires us up, and it gives us some momentum and juice to just go out there and just execute for our guys after he scores, and just keeping the momentum with us. And, second half we pitched a shutout. I think that was a big part of it because we got so juiced up off Kellen running down the sideline and making a play. So, yeah.
Anthony, talk a little bit about on that first drive. They had 10 plays, 75 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the half, with the exception of the long pass play, they had 14 plays, 54 yards total.
Yeah.
What were some of the changes that we made?
Yeah, just, response and getting guys in the right spot. They come out and throw us a couple curveballs that maybe we weren't expecting. Maybe guys, aren't in the right spots, and, we come up, we got the iPads on the sideline now, we can clean it up, and, shut it down after that. So.
Talk a little bit about the secondary as well. They did a good job. Really, after that first drive again, they really were sticky and did a great job downfield.
Yeah, they've been – every week it's growth in that room, and I could say that for the whole defense, and especially in the DB room. They've been working so hard, and obviously all the guys, all the linebackers, all the D linemen, their swarm to the ball helps with that pressure on the DBs, and yeah, we can all kind of have come together with that when that synergy comes together. So.
Coach, midway through the first quarter, for the rest of the game, defensive line really got some push and pressure on the quarterback, and really made a difference in the passing game. They had no time and the running game.
No, and that's what Coach Caruth has brought to us. Coach Caruth, brought a vertical mindset to our defensive line, and that was a big part of that, probably that first drive. But it's a problem now on offense, right? The disruption that creates in the A, starting right with the A gaps, and then our defensive ends in the B gaps, and then these guys setting some edges and splattering people on the edge. But when that happens in the A gaps, right, like the timing and everything, the rhythm of your offense is off. And Coach Cruth has done a phenomenal job instilling that, and then, week by week, just the growth of buying into that, and you saw it in the second half. And credit to those guys inside, Ty and RJ, Josh, Jib, all those guys playing inside. But I love how our defensive line is playing. From an offensive coach's perspective, line coach, right, like that is difficult. That is difficult. That vertical disruption right at the snap of the football.
Coach, I know you really challenged your offensive line since that last game at Pitt State. How do you think they responded?
Phenomenal. Like I said, it was an absolute joy. I got down there and worked with Coach Bez. Coach Bez did a great job this week, but leadership of Brett Weaver and Josh Martin and all those guys, James Kent, Mike Adams had his first reps today as a Laker, Cannon Mackey, the whole crew, Evan Curtis, all those guys. But just an absolute joy to coach. I told them yesterday, I got a little emotional, and they're out here. But I had the 2019 group. Landon Mitchell, our strength coach, was part of that. Just one of the best groups I had. It was so much fun going to practice. 2016 group, the 2011 group at Wayne. I had a high school group at 2007. And there's just those special groups, and these guys have that. They knew, they had the humility to know that they weren't producing at the standard, and it just went to work, and it was so much fun, man. It was just so cool to work with those guys. And again, that's 3 weeks. Wait 5-6 weeks, see what's coming, and be a problem. So love those guys to death, and love their response, and this football team as well.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for covering us.